shine, never a happy song to sing, but suddenly half the world is mine. What an amazing thing, 'cause I've got a golden ticket. It's ours, Charlie. I've got a golden sun up in the sky.
Why the spigot, you ask? Here we have the source of the money supply flowing into the system. The currency here is flowing at different velocities along the chocolate waterfall. This currency is always sweet as closest to the point of origin, but as the current flows and begins to change hands over and over, like that of the banks, institutions, large investors, things like that. We represent them here by these greedy little blueberries. They're just different methods of getting the flow out into the system. And all the lollipops, or suckers we call them, retail investors on standby trying to get a piece of the action. But the more hands it goes through, eventually the sugar turns to and the chocolate river ain't the chocolate river anymore, as it flushes out into the dark hole never to be seen of again. And all too late through the average grandpa Joe figure out the who and the when the currency goes to nothing. They can't seem to understand how it has happened to them. But it happens very quickly, very rapidly, just like a waterfall. The roaring 2020s, the money was flowing and it was all swell.
Sizzler for June Marie. And listen, Wonka's got a new one today.
What is it?
This is called a Scrumdiddlyumptious bar.
Scrumdiddlyumptious bar? How does he do it?
My dear boy, do you ask a fish how it swims?
No.
Or a bird how it flies?
No.
No, sirree, you don't. They do it because they were born to do it. Just like Willy Wonka was born to be a candy man, and you look like you were born to be a Wonkerer. Who can take a sunrise, sprinkle it with dew, cover it in chocolate and a miracle or two? The candy man. The candy man can.
When you question central bankers on what they're doing, how they do it, and why they do it, and what's the process, this is always the answer that you get from them. I mean, it's childlike and simplistic, but very deceptive at the same time. They sugarcoat it and make it seem like it's a good thing. How is inflation ever a good thing? And always remember that inflation is not the rise in prices. The rise in prices is a result of inflation, the creation of excess currency and credit. The candy man.
Hold your breath. Make a wish. Count to 3. Come with me, and you'll be in a world of pure imagination. Take a look, and you'll see into your imagination.
Oh, like everlasting gobstoppers. They thought the money supply would never stop flowing into these assets, blowing up these big giant bubbles, distorting the prices of everything. They were loving it. They were just delusional about it. And intentionally so. It was risk on, right? And a big appetite for risky investments, speculation, and anything under the sun that'll make a quick dollar. Yeah, they was deluding themselves as to what was happening. I mean, could you blame them? They felt the pressures of things happening. Look, there it is. Remember that guy? He tried to zap and get a quick fix from one place to another. That's the same thing as like the kid with the hat and the gun. Here we go.
I don't like the look of it. Oompa, loompa, doompa-dee-da. If you're not greedy, you will go far. You will live in happiness too. Like me, oompa, loompa, doompa-dee-doo.
And those little Oompa Loompas, the derivatives, the hidden debt, it all try to warn you that the bubbles are about to pop. And they are. Even the ones that are still inflating are actually popping. Because it's inflating in worthless currency. Or currency, rather, that's becoming more and more worthless. So what is the asset really worth? It's popping. And the boat's sinking. Yep. You should have listened to the Oompa Loompas. Should have listened to the Oompa Loompas. But you had to be greedy.
Hang on, where are we going?
I don't know, but I don't like what's that tunnel up there. Hey, Wonka, I want off!
Round the world and home again. That's the sailor's way. Do me a favor. Tell those creatures to stop paddling further.
Now the rat's trying to abandon ship. Everybody's running for the exit, but they can't get off the boat. There's not enough rafts, there's not enough space, and there's not enough time. Nope. Somebody has to go down with the ship. And it's not going to be the guys at the top. See that big blueberry up there? Guy with the TV? No. It's you guys right there. The guys on the ship, the lollipops in the back, the suckers. Everybody looking at these asset balloons. Yeah, cotton candy fields. You guys are going to be the ones stuck with it. The mushrooms. Yep. And it's funny because it reminds me of that movie, Trading Places, with Eddie Murphy and Dan Aykroyd, where they were down in the pit and they were short in the market. And then Watermer, what's the other guy? Watermer and his brother, they were trying to get out and they were yelling at the guy, "Get back in there, you idiot, and sell." And the guy was just out of it, man. And he couldn't do it because there was nowhere for them to go, you know? All the money started going into real things, real assets, right? And all the bad money started going there, right? Into that toilet, into that dark tunnel of no return. And it also, you know, if you think about it, kind of symbolizes, where did all that money go? All the stimulus, all of the billions and billions into a dark hole never to be seen again, right? It all flows somewhere. And somebody got it all. Somebody got real stuff from it, benefited from it. The blueberries, right? The blueberries. You see them? And the kid Mike. And some of the suckers at the top. Some of them. Yep. You just got to be one of them. You got to know. But the whole point is that knowing the game, knowing what's going on and staying ahead of it. And that's how you benefit from it. Knowing when to get in, when to get out. But the only way to do that is to know what's the process and what's happening. And if you don't know that, because you can't see the bigger picture of things, right? Then how are you going to accomplish that? That's why we call this Wiley Wonky. Wiley, crazy, wonky, all over the place. Wiley and Wonky, right? And the Fiat factory is just being pumped out into the system like they're chocolate bars. And people are just eating it up. And they sugarcoat it and makes it sound very sweet and very palatable. 2% year-over-year inflation as they eat away the value of your labor, the value of you working hard, leaving your house, spending time away from home, giving up your body. And when it's all gone, you turn, you look, and you say,
I am extraordinarily busy, sir.
I just wanted to ask about the chocolate. The lifetime supply of chocolate for Charlie. When does he get it?
He doesn't.
Why not?
Because he broke the rules.
What rules? We didn't see any rules, did we, Charlie?
Wrong, sir. Wrong. Under Section 37B of the contract signed by him, it states quite clearly that all offers shall become null and void if, and you can read it for yourself in this photostatic copy, I, the undersigned shall forfeit all rights, privileges, and licenses herein and herein contained, etc., etc. Fax mentis incendium gloria culpum, etc., etc. Memo bis punitor delicatum. It's all there, black and white, clear as crystal. You stole fizzy lifting drinks. You bumped into the ceiling, which now has to be washed and sterilized, so you get nothing. You lose. Good day, sir.
You're a crook. You're a cheat and a swindler. That's what you are. How can you do a thing like this? Build up a little boy's hopes and then smash all his dreams to pieces. You're an inhuman monster.
I said good day.
Just know at the end of the day, real worldly wealth is being able to access goods and services on demand as needed. It comes in many forms, but whatever you do, get something that's real.